We'll start the City Council meeting for the City of North St. Paul for August 17th. If we could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to welcome everybody. Jenny, if you take the roll.
Councilmember Thorson?
Here.
Councilmember Peterson? Here. Councilmember Cole?
Here.
Mayor Furlong?
Here.
And
Quorum is-
Councilmember Wong is absent.
Quorum is present. At this time, motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved, Your Honor.
Moved by Councilmember Peterson,
Second. Okay.
second by
Saw the nod. I didn't know
Councilmember
if that meant
Thorson. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. We do have one proclamation tonight, presentation, and that is the, did a proclamation for Simone Lee, and the proclamation reads as this: whereas United States Olympic gymnast Simone Lee won Olympic gold in the Tokyo Olympics gymnastics individual all-around competition, and whereas 18-year-old Simone is the first Hmong American athlete to make a U.S. Olympic team and win a gold medal, and whereas Simone grew up in a large family in St. Paul, Minnesota, and started doing gymnastics at 6 years old on a wooden balance beam her father built for her, and whereas through her hard work she has inspired many young athletes, and whereas the entire community of North St. Paul state and country celebrates her success. Now therefore I, Terrence Furlong, Mayor of North St. Paul, do hereby proclaim Tuesday, August 17th, 2021 to be Simone Lee Day in the city of North St. Paul. So I'd like to just recognize Sudi for her accomplishments and what she did in the Olympics. Just very, just really neat to watch. And I did go to the parade last Sunday, and they had about, 30,000 people along Wiper Avenue, and they had a program at Aldridge Arena afterwards. There must have been about 10,000 people there, and it was just really neat to see the Hmong community rise. Suni was a role model for a lot of the younger kids, and I was able to give the proclamation to the mom and dad the other day. They were not able to make it to the meeting here, but I did reach out to them and was able to give them the proclamation early. So they really appreciated it. We're the only proclamation they got. No, I'm just kidding. They probably got, 20 proclamations, cities that recognize SUNY. So I just want to honor her for a day, and I know she comes from a very strong Hmong community, and they all really appreciated the support from the state of Minnesota, from the surrounding cities. They really recognize that. So thank you for allowing me to do this. And at this time then, we have a meeting open to the, we got the consent agenda, and that is the July 20th workshop minutes, the July 20th regular meeting minutes, the July 20th HRA meeting minutes, August 3rd, 2021 special council meeting, general claims of $803,651.19, the HRA general claims of $1,263.43, the EDA general claims of $1,050.46, approved the change order for McKnight Road intersection improvements project, the street maintenance overlay Eldridge, 2nd Street, and Amy Circle, the restructuring of public works management positions, the application for special event permit, the POW MIA Walk, September 16th, the application for special event Church of St. Peter Fall Festival, September 26th, approve renewal of on-sale intoxicating liquor and Sunday intoxicating liquor license for the Hmong House, Resolution approving appointments to the Arts and Culture Commission. Resolution approving acceptance of donations received of July of 2021. The monthly building permit report for July of 2021. Park signage. The declaration of equipment surplus, and the 2021 City Council budget meeting. That is all on the consent agenda at this time. If there's any council member who wants to pull any item, they can do so at this time. Nobody? So at this time, motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Peterson.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Cole. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. This time, the meeting is open to the public, and I have three here. And RT, welcome.
Quick update for you guys again today. First of all, I apologize for my attire. We're working on getting my son into his apartment. Over in St. Louis Park, he's going to Dunwoody this year, and we're doing some painting. I'm full of paint, I'm in charge of the ceiling, and somehow I got it on my butt. I don't know how that worked, but it happened. Just want to give you an update. Summer League, done for the season. We actually were able to work with the volleyball program at North St. Paul High School, and they hosted for us, which was a fundraiser for them, and they raised over $11,000 for their program. Our fall league is up now, and our regular season is coming right on the heels of that, with our schedule already being set for 2022. And just a real quick facility update for you guys. Still a couple leaks. Elevator making some significant noise when you get to floor 2. We did have a security issue last night. Our strength trainer was leaving and noticed a door that we don't utilize was ajar. It's one of the back doors, and she grabbed one of the parents, and they walked to the facility, make sure nobody was around, and they left. I called the police, and I called the non-emergency line, and just had them come check it out. They didn't report back to me, so I'm assuming it was hopefully nothing, and it was just a door left ajar. But we...
Yeah, you never know.
Exactly. Like,
Never know if
we don't know, because it's behind the kitchen, so it's not used for anything. And the exterior door there, the only people that have keys are myself, and I think Public Works might have one. If they go use that, if they're in the maintenance area, if they're in there, they might have opened the door and it didn't close. But I know that we had spoken and about kind of making sure that we knew when people are around. So I didn't get anything, so we just kind of checked it out and treated it as if somebody was in there. So just wanted to give you the update on the facility and where we're with the program, and that's all I got for you tonight. So thank you very much.
Well, RT, I think Mayor Furlan has got a proclamation anytime you've got anybody to the level of going to the Olympics. I think we're ready to go.
Awesome. We have, there's a couple athletes. So 2 of our athletes were training with the women's volleyball team. They didn't make the Olympics roster, but 2 athletes that we had were out in Colorado training with them. And it was a pretty cool experience.
It's exciting.
Super exciting. Super exciting. Thanks.
You bet.
John Schmall. Welcome, John.
Evening, Mayor, Council. John Schmall, 2750 Chisholm Avenue. Just a little problem that I've been working with, if not working, just letting Carrie know the problem with this OpenGov and your agendas, and having the Facebook icon and the Twitter icon on the screen. Why is it there? Is this an advertisement? Do they get a kickback by putting it on? And then when trying to follow it on this small a device, every time I went to make it larger, so did the icon for Twitter and Facebook become larger and cover the whole damn screen, so you couldn't see anything. Very frustrating last night at the budget meeting, trying to follow along. Anyway, at least when Carrie called the vendor, they didn't know what to do with it, didn't understand. So at least that is a complaint that I believe is a valid complaint when they have no clue. The other item that I had on there is discussions here at the council meeting, Councilmember Coyle bringing up about the open space next to Casey Lake and complaints about it being a homeless encampment. There hasn't been anyone there in that area for 3 years. I can see it from my kitchen window. I can see when the smoke goes up through the trees when there's a camp there. They cleared it out 3 years ago. There hasn't been anyone there. And also, Councilmember Coyle said that he couldn't find who was responsible. The person responsible for the area is Mike Goodnature. I talked to him. He said, anybody's got a problem, just give me a call. And I walked the whole area a week ago on Sunday. There's nothing there. So I don't know where the complaints or the basis for the complaints are, but there's nothing going on, not like there used to be 3 years ago. And in fact, the winter of 3 years ago, the county brought in a contractor with a skid steer and a chain flail and knocked down all the understory. So I could see right through the trees to Harmony, and there's never been anybody there. So that's my assessment of it.
Okay, good, thank you. Sean? Well, at least we haven't had rain.
Yeah, we did that Friday a couple of weeks ago. I had a buddy in town visiting and from South Dakota, and he's like, "Did you just get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning?" Yeah, because it's raining out, because that's what I do. Every time it rains, doesn't matter how hard or soft. Sean Rivet, 2483 2nd Avenue East. It's been 10 years since I've first stepped foot into these chambers and stuff, and you two are the only ones that seen me the first night. And I was probably at the lowest point of my life you got to see. Well, it's getting lower. It keeps going down. The other day I had a complete meltdown because of the city. And I'm sure it's, I don't know. I don't even know where to go with this. But on my way home on Wednesday after your Tuesday special meeting, I'm coming home and right on 3rd Street, I'm like, wow, they got a brand new street. All these new houses. These 2 new houses they put in got a brand new street. I've been coming here for 10 years trying to get you to fix my street and do something about my street. They move in, brand new street. I don't think it was on our city street plans that I came to meetings here, because I would have noticed, oh wow, why is that one due in 2021 and why isn't mine? You know? So I had a complete meltdown. Absolute meltdown. I can't believe Tara's still even with me right now. Thank God she's a sweetheart. +3, babe. I called my realtor that night instantly and said, I want my house sold tomorrow. I'm done. Done with the city. I'm done dealing with it. Luckily, he came over and we walked around and took some looks around. He's like, let me talk it over with my realty company since we helped purchase your house for you and stuff. And he's a realtor. He's been here. He's been doing it for 25 years. He's pretty reputable. He knows the North St. Paul area. He just sold his mom's house probably 2 months ago. Knows the market. So he made me a comprehensive plan, or whatever it is, market analysis, whatever you want to call it, with how much my fair market value house is, not what I'd put it up for. So I have everything for you guys, comparables, everything. I need something done. And I understand this might take time, but I don't hear from anybody other than Thornton every once in a while. He'll give me a call and give me an update. But it's not enough, man. I'm sinking fast. My house it's not fair to sell it. Even talking to my realtor, it's not fair. It's a civil engineering issue, I do believe, is what they came up with. It's your street where the water comes from. And if you guys aren't going to fix the street, I'm done. I don't even care if you guys promise me a brand new street tomorrow and everything was going to be fixed. You're going to put drains in this big. I'm out. I'm mentally checked out. I wanted to be there the rest of my life. I wanted to live there. I've had plans of building. I put a brand new kitchen in. I planned on brand new master bedroom, master bathroom. I got perfect spot for it. Everything. I wanted to be there the rest of my life, me and Tara. And now I'm just completely, after Wednesday, seeing that brand new street, completely checked out. Just done. You guys need to figure something out. Please stay in touch with me. And I need that paperwork back. I emailed you. I see you looking at him. I need that paperwork and my pictures back. If Dudak still has them, talk to him. I'm sure you still got his number or something, or know where he lives. I want my paperwork back. That was important paperwork. I trusted you guys with it, and I had nothing to hide in it. That's why I gave it to you. I'm done, man. Here, I'll give you each one of these. Back page, I believe.
Say, Brian, have you seen that paperwork? So that's something that,
Behind the realty, big packet. I have pictures of all the floods that I gave him, everything.
right, and I saw that, Sean, and I thought that you got it back, but I guess you don't.
You know what, I think I know where it's at. So maybe even after this meeting, it might be just a short trip to the office, if it's where I think it is.
Okay. I don't have it in my house. I mean,
I know you don't have it at your house. But I just want it
but
back.
But I thought it was returned.
Well, it wasn't. So,
so-
I've been so stressed out about this. I don't sleep at night.
Yep.
And it rains. I can't sleep. I can't sleep because I got to come to council meetings. I don't like this stuff. I don't do this stuff. I didn't take speech classes. I didn't go to this stuff. You know, I don't. This isn't healthy for me.
Sure.
So that's all I got. If you have any questions, my realtor's number's on there, his email, everything. If you guys want to call him, anybody, I don't know what you want to do, but I did all I can do.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thanks, Sean. Carrie, do we have anybody on Zoom? We have one person on Zoom, but they don't have any hands. Okay. We don't have any public hearings. City business and action items. I'll turn it over to Interim City Manager Frandl, if you have anything.
I do not have anything for the city business action items.
Reports of City Manager?
Yeah, I give you a couple of quick updates. So Quick Trip, if you've driven by there, is moving incredibly fast. We actually set the transformer there this week and energized it. It's amazing how fast they're moving along. And at Centennial, we're going to be pouring the transformer pad tomorrow, and we'll be setting that transformer come next Monday, so we'll be getting power to them here shortly as well. So these projects are moving along really well. But that's about the extent of the update.
The Quick Trip is unbelievable.
Oh my gosh.
How fast it's going up, and that whole area down there is really taking shape, and people are going, wow.
Yeah, across the street at the Anchor Apartments will be running power to them within the next week or two as well.
Are they having any supply issues? Wood at all, or?
Not that I've heard of.
Okay.
They're got their third floor about done now, so they must have planned ahead well.
Okay. Reports of council and commissions, Councilmember Cole.
We had a community meeting ahead of our July Park and Recreation meeting. Oh, sorry. Mike's not on, here we go. On the 28th of July at 6 o'clock, there was a good representation from residents around the Casey Lake area. A lot of concern on the way the lake looks, the water level that it is, the green algae that's on the top, the grass that's growing through the bottom. I think I referenced mowing a few council meetings back, but we do have a Ramsey County Watershed is hosting a meeting on September the 1st at 9 a.m. About the conditions of Casey Lake and just allowing everyone to be there. If I'm not mistaken, it's a Zoom-only, Carrie's shaking her head, yes, it's a Zoom-only meeting. So, everyone will have access. It will not be hosted locally here, but there'll definitely be time for question and answer, and we'll be able to move forward from there. So, just a whole lot of conversation was around it, whether driven by carp, not by carp, water level being allowed to go out to fill other lakes and bodies of water. So I think that this meeting will be beneficial to everybody and to kind of help set a level playing field for everybody, where everybody's at. The same group of residents had committed to continue to show up for Park and Rec meetings to keep this top of mind, which I think is great. So any resident willing to help out and kick in to help gain resolution, You know, I don't think the city's ever said no to somebody who wants to volunteer. The next Park and Rec meeting will be August 25th at Northwood Park. Again, I think this is our last outdoor meeting, so it'll be the last community meeting that will be held outside as well. So again, the community meeting will start at 6 o'clock. Head at EDA,
Where's it at?
Northwood? I don't know where at Northwood.
In the park.
In the park. It's a big park. Had an EDA meeting this afternoon prior to here. One of the topics that was discussed was a joint commission that'll be put together to review the redevelopment master plan. The committee is going to be made up of 2 representatives from the EDA, 2 representatives from planning, and 2 representatives from city council. The next EDA meeting will be September 14th at 3 o'clock.
Should we talk about that right now? Get 2 members from the council, although Councilmember Wong is not here.
Right.
Maybe,
She's responsible for planning,
so maybe we'll bring it up at the next meeting. Okay. Councilmember Peterson.
Yes, I attended the local Minnesota League of Government, or Cities today, revenue policy, and we talked about just racial equity and homelessness. They go hand in hand with housing. We had the Commissioner Ho from the state, and she was very informative. They did talk about all our redevelopment, which was kind of neat, that we have housing, and they were pretty impressed with it. The Ramsey County League of Local Government had their annual picnic last week, and they have, on September 10th, they will have a panel discussion on mental illness, and that'll be interesting. That'll be in person, or I think that'll be by Zoom. Mindy Greeling will be on the panel. She has a disabled son, and it'll be, hearing from people that are experiencing the mental illness factor, which is pretty important. The Business Association, they had a picnic last week, and it was good pizza from Pizza Factory, and thank you, the Business Association, for providing that.
Yeah, a lot of pizza.
Yeah, they had a lot of pizza. They had about a pizza for each person. I think it was just a busy day. And they'll resume now in September back at the Legion, and that's always the second Tuesday at the Legion at 11:30, so that would be September 14th. That's all I have, thank you.
General business, Councilmember Cole.
I have none at this time.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Councilmember Peterson.
Just one thing, I want to thank everyone that sponsored the National Night Out. I went to all of them, but I didn't eat at all of them. It was very fun to be out with people again, and the fire department showed up with their watering tank, and they also had their own open house, and it was very well attended. They did a nice job. All the staff was there, and a lot of kudos to them. So that's all I have. Thanks.
So they had a lot of water fights and with the fire trucks and all that, and I did. General business, Councilmember Thorson.
Yeah, I just want to follow up from the question I asked at the last council meeting is if we were going to restore the chambers back to normal, and that the consensus was that it wasn't an issue. But since then, there was some concern, and so I just want to, I don't know if we need to actually, if I need to make a motion and we put it to a vote, or, we can just talk about that tonight and get some clarification and actual direction.
So from staff, we had heard that COVID is revving up again, and the city manager determined that we would go back to at least do some sort of distancing at the council chambers, some sort of control over something. So I think it was a decision based on staff.
There are still community concerns If you guys want to talk as one voice, what you want, that's up to you. But just with the Delta variant that's coming out and seems to be taking off, there were still some concerns out there, but you just let me know what you want to do.
And I think Councilmember Wong had concerns over it too. So, you know, if we want to just keep this temporary till things get, I don't know when things are going to be normal. I don't know, Soren, are you seeing things?
I'm not a scientist, I couldn't tell you. I can tell you that there's certainly a varying degree of responses. What I'll tell you is that some communities, when you go into City Hall, are back to masking. Some aren't. Some are still trying to achieve social distancing. As we know, there's no executive order on it right now. You just have varying degrees of reading the CDC recommendations and then a discussion on what to follow and what not to follow. And candidly, the CDC stuff seems to be evolving, I don't know if I can say daily, but weekly, perhaps. So I don't know. What I would say is everyone's doing it a little differently. I was at a council meeting last night where we were all masking indoors. Here tonight where we're doing separation but not masking. So I don't think there's one path forward. I do know, well, I think I know anyway, that the county and some of the other folks are doing masking at this point when you go inside. So it's all over the place. I think it's up for you guys to decide and decide what you want to rely on, candidly.
To me, it seems like a soft way to do it. It's, you know, we have the distancing, we don't have the mask, we do have a council member that's very concerned about it. You know, I don't want to speak for her, but, you know, she stressed concerns at the last meeting. So, I mean, I'm okay with just the distancing right now and keep it soft until we actually have a mandate from the state or county or whatever.
Well, I'm just asking because it'd be nice to know what the benchmark is or what the criteria is. I mean, I can understand that things change, but if it's just based off of a particular person's opinion versus how the majority of the council feels, just why we're talking about it. And it's important to be consistent. So if we're going to continue to space ourselves out, the audience should also do that. Now, there's 3 people here, but, it was a couple months ago, the room was packed. So if something comes up that's controversial and there's 50 people packed in here in the audience and we're separated out, it seems completely counterintuitive and that it's not accomplishing anything. So if the goal is that we're being mindful and we're going to do this, then we should have the whole chamber set up that way. I'm just pointing that out, that it seems kind of odd that we're not doing that. But, if that's what the council wants to do, I'm fine with it, but I think it's, we can start moving it back towards normalcy and that those that have concerns can make accommodations. We have Zoom capabilities and it just kind of seems like, the goal, when this all started, it was 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks, and it's just seems like
From the
it's,
very beginning?
yeah. I mean, we had 2 weeks to slow the spread, and then it turned into an executive order that lasted 18 months, and,
But we are it's a pandemic still, and, so I think we're still in that gray area of where is it going? Has it gotten better? Yes, it's gotten better, Is it getting worse? Now it's getting worse. I don't know what the answer is. I mean, it's, do we, as a council, say we're gonna, separate, go back to mask, make sure that there's only 5 people in here, or, we don't have any audience in here. And I think right now, just doing what we're doing, kind of a soft response to it, I think that's okay until till we start hearing if it gets worse or if it gets better.
well, and then, again, I just bring it up so we're clear and sending a clear message, because we don't know how many people are gonna show up, right? And if there were 40 people in the room today, and we're spacing out, I'm just pointing out that that's very odd, that
Well,
if we're gonna do that, we should be consistent in doing it.
we could go back to the, I suppose, having the audience, having only so many people in here, And if it gets beyond that, you have to go out in the hall. If it gets beyond that, they gotta go downstairs. You know, if that's, you know, we're not at that situation, right? We haven't been at it. When was there 40 people in here?
Well, it was the June 15th meeting,
Oh,
so it was 2 months ago. But it's the whole point of, you know, let's just be open and transparent about what we're doing here. And at the last meeting, as I said, I raised the question, and there was no issue.
well, there was an issue, but.
Well, okay, and
Councilman.
moving forward, I understand that, but, you know, it wasn't an issue where we took action like an official vote, right? But the consensus was clear that it was to be returned to normal. And I get that things have changed since then, but, you know.
I don't remember the consensus that it was going to be turned back to normal. I remember when we left, it was put on the city manager to come up with a plan that we would have in place by the time the next meeting took place.
Okay.
So I don't remember there being a consensus that it was going to go back to normal.
Okay, well, we'll just leave it at that then.
So we'll just, I guess we'll leave it up to the city manager again, you know, and I think, you know, what we're doing right now is kind of a, like I said, a soft response to it. And as things get worse or get better, we can react to it then. And if we need to adjust the audience, I think we need to do that,
Certainly can.
so.
Okay.
Anything else, Councilmember Thorson?
No, I'm just gonna, that's all right. I was gonna read the meeting minutes, but that's fine. We don't need to, that's it.
Okay, and I've got just a response from the article in regards to Scott Dudek's article. And I just want to mention that in the article, it stated that I've had discussions with, and I'll read it here, I've had discussions with Public Works staff who stated, we've been trying to bring to the mayor's attention some of these areas of concerns, and he just dismisses it and says he doesn't want to talk about it, as Councilmember Thorson said. To me, that's a misstatement because I never got any response from the Public Works in regards to what was going on with City Manager Dudek, and that I did not dismiss anything that was said. So I just want to get that on record that, you know, when that was in the article, I don't know if it was misquoted or what, but I never got anything from the Public Works in regards to that. And there's also something in there that, you know, the council, the mayor and the council they're just, I'll do the quote here. It just seemed like there was a desire by the mayor and the council to kind of cover this up and not discuss it. You know, I think as a council, we did come together to discuss all this. So, you know, I don't know these articles, you know, as they come out. I know that, you know, writers write things that you may not have said appropriately, and maybe it's something that is out there that I'm unaware of the Public Works. I just cannot recollect anything that that was said to me, and I dismissed it. So just wanted that to be part of the record. Other than that, we're going to go into a recess.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, if there can be a motion to recess the regular meeting to go in, and then we will call to order the HRA meeting. And when we're done with the HRA meeting, we will go back into your city council meeting. I just wanted to make sure we didn't make a motion to adjourn at this point, because we are going to come back to your regular meeting for the closed session.
So a motion to go into recess. Moved by Councilmember Peterson,
Second.
second by Councilmember Cole. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
I
Opposed? We'll go into recess and we'll start the HRA meeting. If you want to take a 2-minute break. Yeah, run.